Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a title unification match. Introducing first, the challenger. From the clock tower, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is your Nucleus champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the wretched Trever Aeon. Oh, all right, okay, all right.
It's getting very hot and heavy already. I was being quiet to show respect to the match.
Break it up.
But Trever Aeon getting right in the champion's face.
Hey, I'm fragile. I'm fragile. Break it up.
Trever getting right in Mark Adam Haggerty's face as well. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's all take a knee. All right. Our other challenger tonight, he is from where X marks the spot. He's weighing in at 27 body bags. He is your Wrestlers Laboratory champion, the Hitman for Hire, Mr. Grimm.
Oh, and the match is starting hot and heavy.
I'm out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wretched one, Trever Aeon, taking it right to Mr. Grimm. He's been all over social media saying that he's fed up, he's furious, he can't take this anymore, and he's taking it out on the current reigning, defending Wrestlers Laboratory champion. And as we said before, this is a title unification match. There's a harsh silence over the crowd.
Okay, so a few things.
So, as the championships are brought in front of me right here, right now, this is a championship unification match. And Trever and Grimm not pulling any punches with each other. These guys have been in Wrestlers Laboratory since the beginning, and Trever feels that there's been favoritism towards Grimm.
What you're seeing here are two men who are absolutely desperate to prove they are the top dog here at Wrestlers Laboratory. Both these men have been working overtime to get their minds and bodies in shape for this event, and you can see it here as they are going at each other.
This isn't a wrestling match. This is a fight.
This is
a street fight
barroom
that's
brawl.
happening right in the middle of a wrestling ring. The referee has lost all control, and Trever, I know that he has red in his eyes all the time, but they're even more red than usual.
There was barely control in there when I was trying to announce the start of the match. You could feel the intensity. You could feel the rage between these two competitors, and I'll tell you, it was absolutely shocking to me.
I mean, Trever has been fed up. He's been the current Nucleus championship that's been in front of me.
Absolutely.
And Grimm was the first ever Nucleus champion. There's a possibility that Grimm could be the first and technically last ever Nucleus champion.
Absolutely. This could be it for Grimm. This could be where he proves time and time again, as he has at many other Wrestlers Laboratory event, that he is the real deal here.
And I spoke with Trever before the event started today, and he just kept telling me how frustrated he is. How mad he is at like the lack of opportunities and the lack of favoritism towards Trever. That's what he's been feeling.
This is getting uncomfortably close to me right now.
Yeah, they're right in front of us here, you know, taking it right to the crowd, and you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of anger in both
shots
men's
here
eyes.
between these men.
I mean, the Black Bat, Trever Aeon, I mean, he's all over Grimm. He's not giving him a second to breathe. Breaking the count. That'd be a shame if this title unification.
I'm sorry, what's happening? I'm sorry, what's
going on?
What are we doing here?
This one, no countouts.
No countouts?
Countouts, no rules. They want to keep fighting, let them keep fighting.
I'm being told.
Do it. Let them
All right.
No, are we saying no DQ here?
This is no disqualification. No countouts. Anything goes.
Wrestlers Laboratory official and operating manager Mark Adam Haggerty have made it official. No countouts. Anything goes in this match. They want a winner. They need a winner. This is going to be our unification match, and I'm glad that everybody here made that decision.
Now here's
Trevor's lining up Grimm. I'm sorry to cut you off. Oh my God! Grimm just caught him out of mid-air.
I cannot.
And oh my God!
Oh, right into the chairs! Right into the chairs!
Oh my God!
I can't believe what we're seeing. This is beyond the pale. This is just pure violence.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor's right in front of us. I mean, he's conscious. He's awake.
He's barely.
He's aware, but But he's still pissed off.
He's finding it inside of himself to get his, maybe get back up on his feet, but I'll tell you, I am absolutely shocked by what we're seeing here.
Haggerty, get out of there, man.
And our ref is saying,
Mark Adam Haggerty made the best call that they could with this by giving it no DQ, anything goes, no countouts, but the pinfall still has to happen in the ring.
Now you may have heard the ref just shouting right now, ladies and gentlemen. He was saying that he has got no control over this as long as they finish it inside the ring. Brandon, as you just noted, but I'll tell you, this audience is standing on their feet, is anticipating the next bout of intense velocity of vicious violence that we're going to see here.
Trever moving back recently down to Atlanta. That's where he got his start. That's where he was before. Maybe he's trying to go home. A lot of these fighters that you see in nowadays fighting, to get that better advantage, that competitive training edge, they go back to where they came from.
Absolutely. But this is also, we're talking
Grim.
Mr.
Oh
Grim.
my God.
Oh my.
Power slam.
The whole room shook as Mr. Grim sent Trever Aeon to the mat with a powerful slam.
And Grim going into the cover. 1, 2, no! Trever kicking out at 2.
Finding it deep inside. The Nucleus Championship is finding it deep in his heart to kick out of this match. But I'll tell you, this is Mr. Grim. This is not just any schlub we picked up off the street. This is the Hitman for hire, leaving body bags in his wake wherever he goes, Mr. Grim.
Both of these men have been reigning, defending champions. I mean, somebody has to break in this match, and it might be their bodies. Their bodies might be the things that break. And a beautiful diving back elbow by Trever. And he's so angry.
What we're seeing here, I mean, this is just, like I said, wrestling is a tough, violent sport, but then there's just pure, uncut violence. This is battle. This is a battle right now, what we're seeing here. This is two men who do not care what happens to themselves so long as the other man is defeated.
100%. And I'm sorry to 2. No.
Oh, another kick out there from the Hitman from hire.
And just remember, Trevor's always been one of those darker, scarier competitors.
Absolutely.
But now it's not even that he's dark or scary. It's that he's just full with unabashed rage.
He has this pure, untethered rage inside of him. And I think it's that he's got something to prove. Taking out Mr. Grimm doesn't just prove something here at Wrestler's Laboratory. It sends a note through the wrestling community that this man, Trever Aeon, is to be taken seriously.
Yeah, he feels underutilized. He feels like that all the focus is on the Wrestler's Laboratory. I'm sorry to cut myself off.
I can't believe it.
Going for contract complete. He hit it. He hit it. He hit contract complete. That's got to be it.
That's
1, 2.
And a kick out of
Trever kicks out at 1.
No. Shock and absolute disbelief from this audience. Even Mr. Grimm.
Everybody is dumbfounded that he is kicked out at a 1 count.
Absolute insanity. That's not what we expect here at Wrestler's Laboratory.
And Grimm's looking around going, what do I have to do? That's the best bullet that I got.
That's the move. He's got it, man.
That's what won him the championship. That's what's kept him the championship.
He has utilized that against tons of incredible talent across multiple promotions. And here at Wrestler's Laboratory, everyone knows that is something to be terrified of. And yet, the Nucleus champion, the wretched, the Black Bat, as you said, Trever Aeon, finds a way to kick out at 1.
That's the move that put
unprecedented.
That's the move that put that bad boy Joey Janela away. That's
unprecedented.
The move that put Wheeler Yuta away.
I am.
Oh my! Snap German.
The energy that he has digging deep down
Diving
there.
Elbow strike and a quick cover by Trever. 2, 3. No.
Looks like Trever Aeon is looking to utilize this raw energy that he has right now. Looking a little like the Spasmanian Devil who was out here earlier, Andrew Palace, as he's just looking to utilize the speed and the intensity that's inside of him to put down the bigger, tougher Hitman for hire.
Trever looks crazed right now. I know you referenced Andrew Palace, and it's a great comparison, but you know who he looks like even more right now? He looks like Morbius from Spider-Man.
100%.
Bloodlust in his eyes. He was not going to be happy until that entire life force of the current Wrestler's Laboratory champion has been drained.
And now he's sitting up there
hammering down on Grimm. Grimm trying to cover up, but he's just hammering right on top of his face.
And once again, we want to remind everyone that this has become a no DQ match. The only caveat is that the pinfall must occur inside of the ring. Otherwise, anything goes in the situation here tonight. This is a fight.
To deal with this Trever anymore. He wants to put him away.
I mean, I would too. I would want to get this out, this match taken care of.
This is it. 1, 2,
Almost 3. Very close there to a 3 count.
This is a completely different Wretched One. This is a completely different Black Bat. We haven't seen this type of aggression, intensity, and anger from him ever in Wrestler's Laboratory.
You can cut the tension between the two men with a knife here in the room as Mr. Grimm is slow to get to his feet.
Oh, he's hooking those arms. Is he going to try to drive Grimm's face into his knee?
Oh.
And he spits
A show
on the
of
Nucleus
disrespect.
champion. And a beautiful knee to the face. Will that be all? 1, 2, 3.
And a kick out there from the Hitman for Hire. I don't know how he does it.
That's why he is the Wrestler's Laboratory champion.
And I'm talking into a microphone. That's why we have different lives.
Exactly. I mean, he's all fight. He's
Absolutely.
all heart. Both men not willing to give a centimeter to the other guy. I mean, but it looks like Trevor's getting frustrated. And a frustrated competitor is a sloppy competitor. So hopefully this doesn't come back to bite him. No matter what, we're walking out with a unified champion. I am so excited.
I am so excited to see who comes out on top because they're going to set a pace for the rest, for the foreseeable future. This is a historic event. Lab Normal 2 is going to go down as the night we unified our titles. We had our first women's single competition. It was the fall of Hippie Dicky Moon and Moonshine McCready. So many events happening in one night here at the Lab.
Discus clothesline by Mr. Grimm, and both competitors are down.
And the ref reminding both the competitors that this is a no count-out situation, so he cannot begin the count-out as both men are down on the mat, looking completely laid out and totally gassed.
And like you said, Nick Chen making a great call. There has to be a winner.
Absolutely.
Has to be a winner here.
We can't just let this go. Now, under our new leadership would never allow such a thing. There has to be a clear-cut, cut-and-dry winner at the end of this.
Yeah. And Nick Chen making a great call, and, you know, would we have accepted a no contest? Absolutely not. So let's see who's gonna get the advantage here. And we're stunned silence goes over the crowd.
And Grimm is now finding his way back into what could be the start of the second act of this match here.
So let's see.
Let's see here as this stunned audience doesn't even know where to begin or how to react because of all of the viciousness. Like I said, the vicious, violent attacks against these two men. This has gone from way beyond a simple wrestling championship situation. This is a personal vendetta these two have against each other.
Both men fighting from their knees. Both men are gassed because they have been fighting so hard the entire time, trying to make sure that they are the better man. They want the bragging rights. They want that claim that, yeah, I am the first unified champion.
And now we're seeing here just an exchange of blows of the two men as the audience is getting hyped and into it, wondering, as we all are, who could possibly come out on top in this situation.
Both men getting exhausted. Both men getting hot. Both men expending all their energy to try to take out the other. Who is going to break first? Who's going to bend?
What you're seeing here now is you're seeing Trever Aeon throwing all of his weight behind every one of his strikes, hoping that it lands. And Mr. Grimm following up in the same fashion, throwing all of his weight against it, hoping that he'll land the right combination, the right punch, the move that takes out his opponent and has him become the first ever unified champion here in the Lab.
Both men back to their feet with Trever hitting Grimm with the right, staggering him into the ropes, and Grimm returns the favor, staggering Trever into the ropes. These men are so evenly matched. They've been around so long, and they know each other so well.
Well, these are men who have seen each other competing, and again, at other promotions, who have competed here at Wrestler's Lab before, maybe not against each other.
Oh, beautiful cutter. I'm sorry to cut you off, Cabral.
No,
and there
absolutely.
It is. 1, 2, no. I actually thought that Trever was going to try to hit Grimm with Grimm's own move, but he did a twist on it and turned it into a cutter.
I am absolutely impressed by the developments in Trever Aeon as he's flourished in his career as an athlete, because we're seeing him now at the peak. This is him at his peak. He's up against one of the toughest in the business, the Hitman for Hire, and he is holding his own.
Oh!
Well, that would put me out. That's it. That put me out.
Driver.
And a kick out. Absolutely shocking. Another kick out there from the Nucleus champion. And I'll tell you what, the Wrestler's Laboratory champion, Hitman for Hire, Mr. Grimm, does not know what to do.
And Grimm, I guess at this point, has actually kind of accepted the hard fight spirit of Trever Aeon.
I mean, right now what we're seeing is we were talking about at the beginning of the show. We had a match with intense big guys going at it in a vicious fashion, and again, we're seeing that here tonight in our main event as well. And the lab is known for these insane, intense matches.
Rolling Death Valley Driver by Trever Aeon goes into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No!
I can't believe it. I can't believe he's found a way to kick out.
And neither men no longer getting frustrated. They got to I think they realize that the more frustrated they get, the sloppier they get.
I think the emotion level has kind of come down. At the beginning of the match, things were heated, things were tough, words were said. I was right there, I heard them. And now what you're having are athletes coming out of the woodwork to say, oh, I actually have to win this. I have to put this away. How do I get there?
Oh, beautiful power bomb.
That's one way to do it.
Rolling Trever through. Beautiful knee to Trevor's face. And here comes the offense that Grim needed, scooping him up again for another contract complete. That's got to be it.
That's got to
be 1, 2, 3, and it is it. We have our first ever
Mr. Grim!
There's no debate. There's no question. It happened in the middle of the ring. And that's not to take anything away from the former Nucleus champion, Trever Aeon. One hell of a competitor. He gave Grim everything he had, just like Grim gave Trever everything he had. But today, it was just Grim's day. Now what's going to happen? These men started out in a brawl. They started out almost trying to kill each other. What's going to happen now? Is it going to continue, or has some respect been born into both competitors? And Grim extends the hand. Will it be accepted by Trever? And it is. Respect has been earned. Or maybe not. Trever is frustrated, rightfully so. Trevor's rightfully justifiably upset.